March 2015, Rudy Farias vanished without a trace in Houston, Texas. His mother, Janie Santana, reported him missing and launched a desperate search for her son. For 8 years, she maintained that Rudy was still alive and begged for his safe return.
He loves with all his heart, so that's why we know that he wouldn't just get up and go on his own.
But in June 2021, a shocking discovery revealed that Rudy had never been missing at all. He had been living a secret life, hidden from the world by someone he trusted.
Stay quiet. She wanted us to keep quiet.
How did this happen, and why did they do it? This is the story of Rudy Farias, the boy who wasn't missing.
I just wanted to live my life.
Rudy Farias was 17 years old when he allegedly disappeared on March 7, 2015. He was last seen walking his dogs near his home. His mother, Janie Santana, filed a missing persons report the next day, claiming that Rudy had been depressed after witnessing his brother's death. The case received national attention, and billboards with Rudy's face were put up as part of the National Missing Children's Day in 2017. His family and friends pleaded for his safe return and offered a reward for any information. Several organizations and agencies joined the search effort, including the Texas Center for the Missing, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and the Houston Police Department. But despite all of the efforts, there was no trace of Rudy for 8 years. His case became one of the longest running and most mysterious missing persons case in Texas history.
Detectives have warned family members that he may have been abducted and sold for human drug trafficking. That's why she's hiding her face.
It's a nightmare that you want to wake up from.
But like so many other parents of missing kids, without answers, the nightmare continues.
That's what's killing me inside.
On June 29, 2021, everything changed.
All right, welcome back. A young man who went missing in Houston 8 years ago as a teen has been found alive.
Police confirming tonight that Rudy Farias has been found alive.
Family members tell me Rudy Farias is in bad shape right now, but they are grateful to finally have him back home. And now that he's been found, there are a lot of questions about where he was the past 8 years.
Rudy was found sleeping in front of a church in East Houston. He was nonverbal and unresponsive when he was discovered by a Good Samaritan. His mother, Janie, arrived at the scene and identified Rudy as her son. She told the media that Rudy had been traumatized by his disappearance and was receiving medical care at the hospital. But this was not the happy reunion that everyone expected. It turned out that Rudy had never been missing at all.
Fire, what's your questions?
So you've been here with Rudy and his mother?
For a few hours, yes.
What are the conversations like?
I heard horrific things from that young man. And I did not want him to see me start shedding tears, but I couldn't hold back the tears because of the things he was saying to us. No child should ever be treated like that by your own mother.
Well, more twists and turns tonight in the case of Rudy Farias. Houston police now say he may not have been missing these last 8 years. Thank you for joining us. At 10, I'm Keith Garvin.
Today we're discussing facts related to 25-year-old Rudy Farias, who was reported missing on March 7, 2015. He was 17 years old when his mother reported him missing. During the 8-year time frame where he was missing, investigators followed up on many tips, leads, collected evidence proving that Rudy was not missing during the 8-year period. After investigators talked with him yesterday, it was discovered that Rudy returned home the following day on March 8, 2015. The mother, Janie, continued to deceive police by remaining adamant that Rudy was still missing. She alleged her nephew was the person friends and family were seen coming and going. However, we disputed that.
According to the Houston Police Department, Rudy and his mother had several encounters with patrol officers over the years, but they gave false names and dates of birth to avoid detection. They also lied to their relatives and friends who believed that Rudy was still missing.
I still feel that he's traumatized, he's gone through a lot, and I still feel that further actions need to be taken.
All they had to do was bring her in and question her, bring Rudy in, take him to get evaluated.
Police also said they had doubts about Rudy's disappearance for a long time, as they had received several tips that indicated that he was not missing. Police said they launched an investigation into the alleged disappearance and discovery of Rudy after his neighbors came forward and told local news outlets that they had seen Rudy regularly over the past 8 years. Some of them even said Janie had introduced Rudy as her nephew.
He used to come in my garage and be chill with my cousin, my son, my daughter. She's at work right now, but that boy ain't been missing since he was no.
Rudy's safe. He is with his mother by choice.
And he's an adult?
Yeah. He's a 25-year-old man.
Right. You used the word a minute ago describing Rudy as a victim. We know that
I said potential victim, and I want to be respectful on that, yeah.
He disappeared when he was a young man.
17.
17 years old. There's been cases in the past where people have been brainwashed, where people have been told you cannot, and they're being held against their will. For everyone that's going to be watching this worldwide, because this is a worldwide story, how do you not separate him until you guys are able to get everything together, considering that he disappeared as a child?
Mario, you've been in the business for a long time, and I'm gonna let you answer that. Okay, we've explained everything, some of the challenges and whatnot. Here's a fact: he's a grown man. 20. Listen to what I'm saying. You want me to answer you? No, he was an adult, 17. Hold up, okay.
This young man said that when he initially ran away, he came back 2 days later, and she told him that he had to hide, that he was going to get in trouble, and they were going to arrest him for running away. And so we asked him, why did you run away? And he said he just got tired of her not respecting his boundaries. He said that she would make him sleep in the bed with her. And he said that she made him play daddy. He said that he didn't like getting in the bed with her. That he would try to sneak out of the bed and sometime hide under the bed, but she told him he had to be her husband. That's a damn shame, man. A little boy said she was the one providing drugs to him for years. Hallucination drugs, mushrooms, etc. And that the reason why he was left, he was just tired of her crossing his boundaries. When he would shower, she would come and pull the shower curtain back and stare at him, and then she would make him bathe her with the soap. And he ran away this time because he was tired.
But he was telling you that there was some sort of sexual action that was happening between him and
his... Let me ask you a question. If your mother tongue kissing you in the bed with her naked, what the hell is that? I mean, damn, do we have to go that far?
Is there anything you want to tell us right now? I know you're here talking to investigators.
So why did Janie do this? What was her motive for keeping her son hidden for 8 years? And what did Rudy think of his situation?
When he first went missing, he didn't report it to the police, and they're trying to say that he might have done some crimes, which he didn't, and now they want to arrest me because they said I was hiding him.
There are so many of these questions that remain unanswered as the investigation continues. The district attorney has not announced any charges against Janie yet, but she could face criminal charges for filing a false police report and obstruction of justice. She could also face civil lawsuits from the organizations that spent time and money looking for Rudy. Rudy's other relatives have expressed their anger and disbelief at Janie's actions and have demanded justice for Rudy. They said they were heartbroken and betrayed by her lies, and that they wanted to reconnect with Rudy and help him heal. They also said that they wanted to know the truth about what happened to Rudy during those 8 years, and why he didn't reach out to them. But some experts have speculated that he may have suffered from Stockholm Syndrome, a psychological phenomenon where hostages or victims develop positive feelings towards their captors or abusers. This is one of the most bizarre and disturbing cases of any missing persons we've ever seen. It raises many issues about mental health, family dynamics, and social services. We hope that Rudy can get the help and support he needs to recover from this ordeal, and that Janie can face the consequences of her deception.
So, the world thought you were missing for 8 years. Where were you? Where have you been?
Just at home. Just stuck at home, you know. If somebody would come over, my mom would just tell me stay in the room, you know. Keep the door locked, don't let them in, don't make any sounds, don't do anything, you know. So when I lost my brother, I didn't have anybody to teach me how to live, you know. How to have confidence or trust in myself or anything, you know. So I just depended on my mom all my life.
Do you think your mom took advantage of you?
Heavily. It's like I lived in prison. It's like I lived in a jail my whole life. I just wanted to just love somebody, you know, have somebody else that would actually love me, because I wasn't sure what love was. I don't know, I used to have to sleep in her bed sometimes. I don't remember why, just like next to her. It wouldn't be anything sexual or anything like that. I wouldn't lie about that.
I'm sure you've heard or seen what Quanell told the media last week about things that he says that you told him in that hotel room last week.
Specifically
About some of the sexual things.
See, that's what I'm saying, the twisting. No, I didn't say anything like intercourse or this and that.
But
like,
no, I don't necessarily think he didn't get into specifics like that either, but he did mention that your mom wanted you to play the role of a husband in the house.
yeah, pretty much. It basically felt like that. Like, you know, make sure to cook, or, oh, you didn't make me any food, you didn't do this and that. It's just like, I just want to provide for myself. I don't want to keep providing for my mom. She didn't force herself on me or anything like that. Like, it wouldn't be anything like I would have to go get a rape kit or go file a police report.
Anything else you want to add, Rudy?
Just spread some positivity. Spread wildflower, not wildfire, because we need more colors and beauty in this world. We don't need any more hatred or burning things down. Focus on the positivity, because every time you focus on the negativity, it just creates more negativity around you and your communities.